Good morning, everyone. I'm Aaron Sebastian, and today I'll be explaining three programs about linear and binary search. So let's move on to the program. So the first program is linear search, is library management using binary search. So in this program, okay, let's move on to the program. That is, first line would be as usual, they had a function. Then we'll initialize these many variables. Then we'll enter the number of element and save it in n. And we'll initialize an array with the n number of elements. Then we'll enter the elements of the array in ascending order. After that, we'll enter the element to be searched. That will be storing the key. Here, low will be equal to 0 and high will be n minus 1. N is the number of element minus 1. That is, if we have 10 number of element, high will be 9. Because we are using what indexing value, we start from 0. So 9 is the last element. So while low is less than or equal to high, when low is less than or equal to high, that is when that is true, our while mid will be equal to low plus high by 2. That is, we can find the middle element. If array of mid equal to key, that is, if the middle element is the element to be searched, we have to print the element found. If not, array of mid lesser than key, we will go low is equal to mid plus 1. If not, high is equal to mid minus 1. If the low is not less than equal to high, we have to print the element not found. So that's all for the binary search. So let's try running it. Enter the number of elements 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Element to be searched 3. Element found and indexing 2. 0, 1, 2. So this program is explained. So let's move on to the next program. That is library management system using linear search. By linear search, it means that checking everything one by one. We check everything linear. So let's move on to the program. This is the program here. So as usual, we'll first initialize two header functions. Excuse me. This is a problem with my camera. Okay, that is question. Okay, after that we'll initialize these many variables, and after that we'll in the int main we'll have to make a structure called book in a array of 5. We'll insert all this into a 5 array structure. After that, we have to initialize two variables, that is in integer function, that is search ID and found. Found will be equal to 0 at starting. In printf, we'll show this. This is for show, for beautifying, or you don't have to write this if you don't want. Okay, after that, if I have int I is equal to 0, I less than 5, because we gave 5 here, because there is 5 books here. I plus plus. Printf will enter all those. After that, we have to enter the ID, book ID to be searched, and it will be inserted in search ID. For int I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. If a book I plus plus, that means we'll check each item one by one in the array. If book of I dot book ID equal to search ID, that is, if book of I, the book of the first position, second position, it will keep on changing. If the book dot ID is equal to search ID, we have to search a book found and print all the needed. And if output will be equal to 1. If not found, print book not found. So let's try writing this program. I mean running this program. Now we have to enter the book ID to be searched. It is 104. It will show book found and the title author ID. So what if I type something that is not in here? So it would be, if I give 105, it will show book not found. That's the simple method. I can fix it. After that, let's move on to the third program, that is same library management, but this time with the binary search. So the program will be like this. Okay, let's move on to the program. As as said in the previous program, till here it will be the similar, and after that we have to start initialize void sort book function. This void means there is no return type. In the sort book will initialize the structure of book in temp form. After that, we have to insert all the values in this book. We have to check if book ID is lesser than this book ID next book ID. If book of J is equal, temp is equal to book of J would be, no, here temp would become book of J. Book of J would become the right next one, and the book of J plus 1, that would become the value of book of J. We are trying to exchange a book of J and a book of J plus 1. We'll swap those two. After that, in the next function, we'll go like int low is equal to 0, high is equal to n minus 1, and a mid. And we'll search search for low, higher. We'll search for the middle element. If the middle element is greater than the if the middle element is greater than the key, high would be mid minus 1. If it is lesser than the key, low would be mid plus 1. If it is equal to the key, we can return the middle element as the value. After that, we'll in the main function, we'll initialize the structure of book called book of 5. Then we search for enter the ID to be searched. After that, we'll use the functions to be for it to search. So if it is not there, it will show book not found in the library. So let's try running it. Enter book ID to be searched. 105 I'm giving means it will show book found. See, 105 clouder. It's a replica. Okay, that's all for the video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.